Hello and welcome to the Warrior Path. Today we're going to be talking about our first technique with the bow, the Rokshatu bow, or 6-foot staff. From here we're going to go ahead and start out our exercise by doing our bow footy-gatsa, lifting with the lead hand and then scooping in with the rear side. Flipping over, push, lift, strike, push, lift, strike, push, lift, strike. And when you come in and strike at the leg, that's referred to as Ashibarai. Ashibarai, Ashi is leg, Barai is sweep. So it's a foot sweep. So once we've got the bow footy-gatsa, then what we'll do is we'll step in and strike. If you have a partner, great. Use your partner, work together with a stick, each of you with a stick, and strike at about ankle level, somewhere in between you. Make sure you've got a good, easy reach. Make sure you're not leaning to try and get the strike in. You want to be able to stand up nice and tall. We'll talk about balance in another video. Now, this next one expounds upon that idea. And this is called Manuch-gatsa. Men is head or face, uch, strike, and then gatsa form. So it's a head striking form. Now, there's some subtle movements in here. We're going to be talking about these, and we need to understand them and explore them to be truly successful with this. As we come in here and we strike at the ankle, the next thing that a lot of people want to do is punch with the lead hand, bring the stick around, and pow, hit the person with the stick. We want to be much more subtle than that. Instead of coming in here and trying to clobber them with this hand, we generate a significant amount of power in this subtle movement. Bring the stick from my head level away in a semicircle and down to my hip. Head to hip. As we do this back here, pow, we go from their ankle all the way to their head. So once we strike at that ankle, most likely they're dropping down in elevation, and then we're striking, pow. But if they're not dropping, we'll bring this away from our head, getting a maximal result over here, and striking at their head. So Manuch-gatsa. After I've hit here, one of the ways that I can transition into the next one is pushing down, lifting up, sweep at that leg, and then row your boat. This hand acts as an oarlock. This hand does the rowing. Get used to that, and you'll have much better success. Lift, push, lift, strike. Row your boat. Oops, sorry, I almost went into a different transition. Sweep, strike, sweep, row your boat. Push, lift, push, strike, row your boat. Over, over. And you should be able to move into bow footy-gatsa and even Manuch-gatsa at any time, even just Ashibarai. And then moving right back into your bow footy-gatsa. Practice those three together. You actually learned two of them in this one lesson. You've learned the Ashibarai, which is a leg strike, which is just basically an extension of the bow footy-gatsa. Plus we worked on the head strike, hitting up to the temple, going from the ankle, hitting up to the temple. One more reason that this is so effective is that if you look at the pivot point of my hand in the middle of the bow, whatever work I get over here, whatever work I do over here will be the same as over here. So if I lift this high, it goes down that same amount low. I lower this, it goes up that much high. If I put my arm out, then I'm actually cheating myself. I have to do a lot more work to bring this to make as much of a difference on this side. But if I bring my hand back to about a third of the distance or so, then I end up magnifying my results on the other side. So make sure you're paying careful attention to this oarlock type of a process with the lead hand. Thank you for joining us on our quest to be better in the Warrior Path.